I think as a generation, we don't really have such a great ability to empathize with the things around us. Somewhere between 20 years ago and now, we've developed such a fast-acting apathy.
Hey, you picks?
Yeah, why?
And get in the freaking got him, go!
In other news, world famous YouTuber PixJ has gone missing. We interview locals from the area to see how they feel about this tragic event. Yeah, I feel real bad, but like, don't let that happen to me though. like just walking on the street, like how do you mess up? Walking on the street, you let people pull up to the side of you, grab you. In 1954, one of the pinnacles of middle school reading was released, that being 12 Angry Men. Now this book, for those who had to read other things like Of Mice and Men, still praying for you, is about a juror of 12 white men who have to decide the fate of a young black teenager accused of murder. Now 11 of the aforementioned 12 jurors had better things to do, like go to the baseball game or watch TV. The last remaining juror, however, pleads this boy's case and convinces everyone else to skip this round. The book dropped, instant hood classic. Everyone was in it. It was in every 8th grade reading curriculum. Well, you know, except some. It gave perspective and inference into the cold-heartedness of apathy and why it's always important to at least a little bit have some understanding and put yourself in someone else's shoes. No jump cut this time. I want you to really understand this. This is really the meat and potatoes of the argument. In 2023, 4 billionaires had the genius idea to go find a ghost ship using a Logitech controller, 2 AA batteries, and God. Well, actually, maybe not. Now, I in no way, shape, or form think that this was a good idea or condone any of what they did. My problem is, I see jokes and memes about this stuff not a month after it happened, not a week after it happened, not even a day after it happened, but like negative 12 hours. They were still alive. And they 100% could have seen people making jokes and videos looking at their oxygen supply timer like the New Year's ball. Hey guys, if you watch Star Wars Revenge of the Sith at exactly 10:38 p.m., the timer will end in the exact scene where Padme gets forced. I think regardless of the situation or the ignorance or the folly, the fact that a lot of people had to spend the last day of their lives looking at a timer go down for their imminent demise is still something worth at least a little respect. I don't know, just making jokes about it for internet points just seems wrong. Because at the end of the day, what if that was you? I think that's a point of contention in this generation, actually. The fact that when things are just not involving you, they're significantly less important. Maybe it's not quite apathy that's the problem, but the inability of empathy. Back in the good old days, when there was a war, that's all anybody could talk about. It was important. These huge fights for people who are in higher positions of power than you, who never have to see the battlefield in their life, or as the old heads call it, democracy. And I don't know, maybe it's because of the drafts or the fact Dragon Ball didn't exist yet, but it would be discussed regularly. Nowadays, war is something you kind of hear about for the first like month-ish or so, and then you'll see an article like 2 years later like, huh, they still doing that. The interesting part is what caused this abrupt stoicism in society, and for that, my friends, we gotta look at these bad boys. 9/11 is America's tragedy. When it happened, it shook the world in a way that never really had been done before. The fact that many people died maybe a few blocks away from where you worked or lived. Now a week passes and some guy was having a comedy show, right? He was telling some stupid joke about airplanes and it was just bombing. The audience was not messing with it at all. And then he took a quick recollection of prior events and the desolate faces of the audience, and a twisted grin got on his face from ear to ear. Welcome folks to the precipice of dark humor. Now the idea behind dark humor is that it tingles that one part in your brain that's like, oh snap, I didn't see that one coming. And it gets like a weird guilty chuckle out of you. This is what I like to call easy comedy. The reason why I said that was because in its prime, it would pretty much always get a laugh out of the other person, right? So because one thing did well, everybody got to copy it. We've had COD lobbies and all existing in super important parts of history that led us to where we are today. We've circled to a point where it's so oversaturated that you can hear about the most vile and abhorrent things known to man. You're just gonna sit there like... We hear so many ludicrous things all the time that our shock value sensor is, well, burned out. I guess... Wait, hold on. Oh, thank you. Got a letter. To whom it may concern, if you want your precious
YouTuber back here to listen to me very closely. I want 10,000 people. What? Oh, too much? Oh, okay. I want 1,000 people to comment free pics on this video and subscribe to the channel, or else I'm gonna make him watch all of One Piece in dub. 4Kids dub. Yeah, I'm not playing around this time.
I guess at the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is put yourself in someone else's shoes. Some things need to matter. Have a good day.